In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 ways SIGALA changes up his chord progressions using addition and substitution. These are 2 different strategies that you can be using in your music. So by the end of this video, you'll be able to walk away not just knowing how SIGALA makes his chord progressions change up, but you'll also be able to take away his use of the strategies of addition and then substitution. And we'll get into what that means in a second. Make sure you guys watch these videos from start to finish, as I don't want you to miss out on anything in these videos, because again, one little trick and tactic can make the difference in your song. So with that being said, let's get to work. Quick announcement before we jump in. I'm giving away a free piano lesson, so comment down below piano mastery, and I choose one winner every Friday from the comment section. Additionally, if you're a music producer out there, make sure you grab my free chord progressions pack inspired by SIGALA. These are all of SIGALA's chord progressions broken down so you guys can study them and also use them in your own productions with that nice piano organic MIDI. With that being said, let's jump into the 5 ways SIGALA makes unique chord progressions. All right, so the first song we're going to be going over is We Don't Care by SIGALA, and it sounds like this in the original key. And I'm going to transpose that to... Right, so what SIGALA does is he starts off with this chord progression. If we analyze the sequence of the song, during the verses, it's a 2 major chord progression, with the first 2 being minor and the second 2 being major. And when we think about, the chord lineup, which I discuss a lot on this channel, we have the VI, so the 6th chord is minor and the 2nd chord's minor. And then we have the 1st chord and then the 5th chord. And then from there, what SIGALA does a little bit later on is he substitutes the D minor chord with an F chord. And what this does is it starts to change the sound of the song towards more of a happier song, and it makes it a little bit more emotional as well. So he goes from the A minor, D minor, C to G to this now. So then we'll end up playing... So before, the first chord progression in the song was A minor, D minor, C, G. And then from there, what he does, he's like, all right, we're going to start shifting the song around a little bit. And, it can happen after you repeat this chord progression maybe 4 times, then you change it up. I'm not going to play the entire song and go through it like that. What I'm trying to show you is that throughout the song, the chord progression evolves. So then from there, we go to 1 minor and then 3 major chords involved, right? So that's what's happening. So we're going here. And then from there, SIGALA's like, all right, this sounds cool, but let me substitute these chords and move them around a little bit. So from the A minor, F, C, G, he instead starts with the first chord in the chorus. It's an F. He goes F, C, A minor, G. So da 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 da. Right there. And then the rest of the song pretty much carries out with the same chord progression, the F, C, A minor, G, which is a very popular one. Again, 3 major chords and then 1 minor chord. But notice here on this chord progression, and again, these are minute details, but this is what makes a difference. The tonal center of the song is shifting from originally the first chord was A minor. And then even the second chord progression, even though it had 3 major chords, the first one again was A minor. So it still had a sadder vibe. But once we got to the chorus and we unleashed the F being the first chord, then the song becomes more happier and more uplifting, right? It's a very uplifting chord progression, whereas the A minor is a little bit more of a A minor FCG is a bit of a sadder one. So chord progressions are very important because as the listener, we are trying to impact them emotionally. And the reason why a lot of people's music never gets heard because it never has an emotional impact. And SIGALA's really does. So the second song we're going to be going over is called Brighter Days. And the chord progression sounds like this. play this in the key of C major with all white keys now. So this is the chord progression of the first part of the song. So we have a D minor, we have an F, we have an A minor, and then we have a G. All right, so this is cool, but what is SIGALA gonna do during the chorus part of the song? And again, I'm not gonna play through the entire song and all the melodies and all that. What I'm trying to show you is how the song can evolve over time. So he substitutes at this point the A minor chord in this original progression with a C chord. So we went from a chord progression that had 2 major chords, 2 minor chords that went off and on. Notice D minor, F major, A minor, and then G major. And that's why I like this chord progression to be used as a build-up chord, because it doesn't pick a side. It's not all minor chords or all major chords. It's cut in half. Then in the chorus, when he goes into the Brighter Days chorus, it goes D minor, F, C, and then G. So that's what he's doing there, right? He's substituting that A minor chord for a C major chord. Now we keep on going from here, and we have one more substitution example in the third example, which is by Lullaby, and it goes... All right, so in this chorus of Lullaby, SIGALA has a little bit of a chord progression change up that happens after he plays this one multiple times, the F, C, A minor, G chord progression. What he will do is he'll then substitute the C for a D minor. So notice it's very subtle, but it does add a big difference, right? So if you're playing this chord that happens over and over again in the song, you can change it up by substituting that C chord with the D minor. Or whoops. Right, and that's another example, because what we're going from is we're going from 3 major chords and a minor chord in the progression to then 2 major and 2 minor chords, right? And I'm showing you the substitution effect that's going on right here. Now, the last one, I want to show an additive effect. So this is the 4th song. It's called OnlyOne, and it's like... So in this song, in the verses section, what SIGALA does, and I'm going to bring this down to the key of C major, A minor, using only the white keys. The first chord progression is the very simple F, C, and G. But what he does very subtly in the verses section, he'll play an F, C, G, and then borrow a chord. Playing back the other key. What he's basically doing is he's adding and just taking a chord and adding it in there very quickly. And it's a very unique chord because it's an E major chord. And it's like, where do you actually borrow that from? So he borrowed that from one of the neighbors on the Circle of Fifths. And if you haven't watched that video, and if it's out, but I think I've released it at this point, you should definitely watch it, because it basically goes over how you borrow these really unique chords in the chord progressions. So the first thing he does is he changes up this very simple, common pop chord progression with this random E major chord, and it sounds good in the song. Then later on in the chorus, he also changes up the chord progression again from just, F, C, G. He adds in an A minor as well. So it goes like this. So F, C, A minor, G. So you see where I'm going with this, is that he took a basic chord progression, F, C, and G. And these are 2 examples now. He added the 3 chord that should be a minor technically, but he made it major. And then the other thing that he did was he went F, C, A minor, G. So it's unique because the first chord progression was just 3 major chords, all happy, and then there was 4 major chords, which is even super happy. It's like a Super Mario Brothers when you win the Nintendo game. It's like, or it's like, that's what he basically did. He threw in like a bunch of major chord progressions back to back, and then in the drop he added 1 minor chord in just to change it up a little bit, just to change up your emotions. So those are 5 examples of how SIGALA uses substitution with different chords and then addition at the end. I showed you 3 sub examples and then 2 addition examples. So you can now take what you have learned here, go back into your productions, your songwriting, and mess around with the chord progressions a little bit to spice it up. Again, it's incremental stuff that makes your music better, guys. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got some value out of it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe down below. Again, if you comment piano mastery, you'll get a free chance to win a free one-on-one lesson with me where we can go over this song or any other songs that you have and you're trying to learn. So well done. I look forward to all of your piano success, and I will see you in the next video.